Welcome to Conversations Below the Surface, the CBS Podcast Shorts. I am your host, Marcus Gentry, and we hope you enjoy this episode. Hello there. Well, it's been a little while since I have actually done a actual video recording, but I thought it was time. I've had a few topics on my mind that I've wanted to share, and I thought it was time to actually do a video about that. Now, if you want to listen to the video, you can. It's going to be posted on YouTube, so you'll be able to see it there. It's going to be a link to it in my podcast. If you just want to hear the audio, you can get that too. That's on my podcast, CBS Conversations Below the Surface, and you'll be able to hear this content there. This particular piece I'm calling What's in Your Shopping Cart. And I'm using that phrase because it was popular, at least a version of it was popular. There was a bank that was Samuel Jackson was doing a commercial for, and at a certain point he said, "What's in your wallet?" Right? So I thought about that, and thought it might be good to just use that title of "What's in your shopping cart," and you'll see the connection as we go down the line. So uh, allow me to ask you to engage your imagination for a few moments with me on this piece. So imagine you having a shopping cart and you going in a store and you're going down the aisles. And as you're going down the aisles of the store, people are emptying garbage into your shopping cart. And they're on their way to the dumpster. And as you go by, they just, instead of putting it in the dumpster, they dump it into your cart. You go down another aisle, the same thing. They're putting toxins and trash and waste material into your shopping cart. It's filling your cart up. So it's getting harder and harder to push the cart. Now you see them coming. You see that they're putting toxins and garbage and waste product in your shopping cart, but you don't want to say anything because you don't want to hurt their feelings, or you don't want them to misunderstand you or think that you're not a nice person. So you say, well, I won't say anything. I'll just sit here and let my cart sit here until they finish emptying their garbage in, and then I'll move on. Some of you may already know where this is going. Now imagine, first of all, how tired you would get by pushing that cart that's been filled up with waste, and what that's like. Imagine you needing a snack, wanting something to eat, and all you have to choose from is what's in your shopping cart. What is that like? So let's go ahead and take the turn, and let's make this not about a grocery store, but traveling through life. Imagine going through life with your shopping cart of life, and you're traveling through, and people are emptying their waste, their garbage, they're emptying their resentments, their anger, their dislike of this person, this place, this job, this weather, this anything. They're dumping toxins, waste, poisons that they have. They're dumping it into your cart for you to carry. And you just say, well, I don't want to stop them because it's not going to do any good. They're going to keep trying to dump it in there anyway. And I don't want to hurt their feelings. So I'll just let them dump their waste into my garbage. Now that's bad enough, right? As it is. So you have a shopping cart filled with garbage, toxins, and waste that you have allowed other people to put into your shopping cart. But what makes that situation even worse is when somebody is not doing that, but you start selecting garbage and waste to put in the cart yourself. Of all the things that you could pick from on the grocery store of life, if you will, or selections that you could choose from, you put waste products in your shopping cart. So Now you look on the internet and you find arguments, fights, disagreements, dislikes, and things like that to fill your cart, your day with, and you're weighed down with these kinds of things. So it's not just what other people are doing, it's now what you have become accustomed to. You're so familiar with seeing garbage in your cart that you now seek it out and you select it. You go past things that could be healthy for you, just like in a store. You go past the things that are healthy, past the things that are good, and you start filling your cart with things that are not healthy. Now, it's time for you to have a snack. And all you have to choose from are the things that you have been putting in your cart, things that other people you have allowed to dump into your cart, um, things that you have put in there yourself. What are you feeding yourself on? And if you feed yourself on those toxins, garbage, what do you become? Imagine how tired and exhausted you will be from consuming non-nutritional kinds of things that you put shopping cart, into your shopping cart. Let's take that further. So you go home, and now it's time for you to feed the people who you say you love and care for. What do you have to feed them from what you have collected all day long? The stories. Well, this person told me this, and this one told me that, and people don't like this, and this is going on politically, and this is going on religiously, and this is going on with the government. And all you have to feed the people who you say you care for is what you have allowed to go into your shopping cart. How do you successfully feed a family, feed friends, feed anyone to become healthy if all you have collected are unhealthy things in your shopping cart that you carry around with you? So we have a choice. We have some choices that are available to us. Number one, we have the choice of emptying our cart. So yes, we may be in a situation where people put their resentments, their anger, their issues, their disappointments, dump that on you. um, and maybe you've not wanted to do it because you didn't want it, because this is my father, this is my brother, this is my sister. Well, we go to the same church, or we're in the same lodge, or for same fraternity, sorority. Well, these are my sisters, my brothers, or whatever. You have all these reasons why you can't keep them from putting their garbage into your shopping cart. And so now you carry that around, and that becomes a part of who you are, puts you in a position where you can't successfully feed others because you have filled up on that. Now, it happens on occasion where people do sneak things into our cart. We're not paying attention because they do a little piece at a time, or they do it under the disguise of, I just want to tell you something. I just tell you this first. I don't take it personally, or don't hold on to it. So they'll try to disguise the garbage that they have as something else. And before you know it, there's an expression they call death by a thousand cuts, right? It's a lot of little things that eventually can take you out. Same thing with poisons that we allow to consume and resonate inside of us, and eventually can cause us to deteriorate and not have much to offer, or not be able to be as well as we could possibly be. Um, well, even if we discover that we have things in our cart that's not good for us, do you have a system? First, do you have the courage to get rid of it? Um, do you have a system of being able to dump those things out? Do you have a purpose of why it's important to keep your shopping cart clean, healthy, and vibrant and well, so that you can feed those who you care for? When your purpose is clear, it will give you the passion to complete the process of keeping your cart in a healthy state, so you can move around healthy and you can share that with other people. Sometimes we need to find places to empty that garbage so that we can be refueled and have the energy that we need to be as strong as we need to be. How do you dump out the toxins that may have seeped into your cart from television, from internet, from things you may have chosen, from things you may not have chosen, but you did not reject because you didn't want to say anything. And so you just sat and absorbed the poisons as they dumped it out on you. Conversely, how can you fill your cart when you start your day? How can you fill your cart? How can you insulate your cart? Well, you maybe can't keep everybody always from trying to dump poisons in, but maybe you can begin it by being conscious about the things you're grateful for, the things that you're fortunate to have available to you. Not only that, but you also recognize the responsibility that you have with the blessings that you've been given or the gifts that you've been allowed to enjoy. And you have a path of taking action on the blessings or gifts that you have received. You take action to show that this is my responsibility. I now have this, so I'm responsible for keeping it clean, taking care of it, building on the gift that I have so that it can expand and hopefully inspire others to be well. So that's one way we can insulate it. Next thing, we can be very conscious about what we select to put in our cart during our day. You have, like in a grocery store, cookies, candies, potato chips, one of my weaknesses, right? All kinds of things. But you also have a vegetable department and fruits and things that are healthy. So just like in a grocery store, in life, you can choose what you put in your cart. And we're creatures of habit. If we're not careful, we'll constantly put things in our cart that's not necessarily for our good. But then at some point, we find we don't have the energy to go forward. The emotional energy we don't have. The physical energy we don't have. The intellectual energy we don't have because we've been feeding on what we've been putting in our cart that hasn't always been healthy and good for us. It's worth taking some time to look at, to think about, and that's why I just wanted to do a video and make it real, make it personal. And I want to leave you with the question: what's in your shopping cart? And what are you prepared to do about that? Till next time, travel well.
Thank you for listening to this CBS Podcast Short. If you would like to hear more on this topic, please email me at respect@marcusgentry.com. And don't forget to check back for new episodes.